I'd like to ask Chuck Harris to come forward. If you don't know Chuck, you should. His wife grew up in this congregation, and when they moved back, they became members here. And he is a leader in the church and in the community. But maybe the most important thing, at least from my perspective, is he is a good friend to the rector. And he is, whatever little sanity I have, part of it is because of my friendship with Chuck. So Chuck, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Michael. This is the second time I've done this today. The first time I sat up here very close, and I realized Michael would say nice things about me, so I sat in the back this time, so I got to hear a few more. I also gave him a scare today. Yesterday was a day of miracles, as many of you probably know. Randy Richardson got his first hole-in-one, and then Vandy ended up upsetting Alabama, which was a big, big deal in our house because Honey's a Vanderbilt grad. And I texted Michael, and I said, Bubba, this score holds. I may not be at church. He promptly reminded me that all Vanderbilt fans should have their bottoms in their seats thanking the good Lord above for this morning. So I made it after all. When Michael asked me to speak today, I thought it would be really easy. And I started thinking about all the reasons that Honey and I give to Christ Church. And everything sounded trite, overused. I could stand up here and tell you that I believe that Christ Church is a force for good in the world, and that's why we give. And I do. I vehemently believe that. But I look for something more foundational. As Michael said, Honey grew up in this congregation. I did not. I'm not even from Pensacola. I'm from a small mountain town up in Georgia, and I grew up a United Methodist of all things, not even Episcopalian. When fast forward many years, we had our son Charlie, and at about the age of 1, we moved back here to Pensacola with a simple agreement. I would go to Christ Church one Sunday, and then we would go to the United Methodist Church the next. We never went to the United Methodist Church. Not because Honey made me, but because on that first Sunday here, people opened their arms. And for whatever reason, Michael on that Sunday chose to say the words, "Children are welcome in this place." We were first-time parents with a 1-year-old. And if you've met Charlie, sometimes he's loud, and other times he's louder. So sitting in the back corner with several very sweet people who I had never seen before, did not know, and were a little bit older than I was scared half to death what would happen when my child started to make a lot of noise. And there were pats on our back and reassurances that it would be okay and that our children were welcome here. And then at that point, there were not a lot of children here. And over the years, this place became full. So much so that 7 years later, I look out and I see my wife sitting alone, even though my children are here, because my children are sitting with friends and family. The real reason we give to Christ Church is this is our home. In that little church in Georgia, I was taught a simple thing. Take your time, your talents, and your treasures and put it where your heart is. And our heart is here. So thank you and have a wonderful Sunday.